But there's some other stuff we could talk about, Dennis.
Okay.
A little thing we like to call news.
Oh, let's do it.
Gather round, folks, it's time for the scoop. Tune your ears in, let's join the loop.
All right, folks, so a heads up. It's January, I don't even know, 5th? Oh, wow, it is. Literally right now for me. You're in the 4th, but I'm the 5th.
Yep.
I was making that up. I forgot how many days
I'm in the past, you're in the future.
Go. But once you get to Thanksgiving through, let's say, February, the entertainment industry just ceases to do shit. So the news might not be as thrilling, but I tried pulling some tasty nuggets out. So, well, with no further delay, let's talk about this first one here. Kojima... all right, let's skip it here. Fans of the acclaimed video game director
Hideo
Kojima are speculating that he might be adapting the movie Predator Badlands in the series Last Samurai Standing into video games because he said, I recently saw Predator Badlands. That felt quite like a game, traveling with Elle Fanning on your back. I also recently watched Last Samurai Standing. The plot has game-like qualities. I might not make it, but it seems cool. I don't know. Do you think? I don't think he would make these into games, but
has he ever I think the only everything I've ever heard of him adapting from another material, I think one of his first games was adapted from like a manga or something, like a cop drama.
Huh. I could see that,
but I don't think he's ever done a licensed that I can recall a licensed thing. So,
it'd be interesting, but it's funny because a lot of people, when they saw Badlands, is like, "Oh, this is kind of like a knockoff of Death Stranding," because don't you like do similar like?
You are UPS without a truck. It's no that I was gonna say that one actually makes a lot of sense because he would do this like crazy character driven story of having all these conversations with the character strapped to your back and making it this open world survival sort of situation, much like the last good Metal Gear game that was awesome. And I very much could see it working out that way. Would he actually do it though? I don't know, but I could see him endorsing someone else, maybe
this
assisting
on
something.
Like, I don't play any of his games. I don't really know games much, but what I like about him is I've been seeing all throughout the past 3 years. He's always like, "Hey, I saw this. I like this. This is great. This he's like the video game version of fucking Stephen King because I feel like Stephen King and him take in so much media and then they give the laurels to everyone when they see fit. I appreciate
that's a cool comparison. I think he's a man who has influenced media, the volume he has. He's just as much a fan of the media he puts out there, like other people's games, other people's music, movies. He's a nerd in his own right, and I think that's what makes
I guess
him
we
so
forget
relatable.
about the fact that video games are essentially like a long, elongated movie because you got to write all that shit, you got to direct,
and he's been doing that.
Rewrites.
He's been doing that forever too. Like
and he's at the top of his game.
Yeah. That's what makes his game so memorable to me. It's that is always what he's like kind of aiming for, in my opinion. I that would be cool. Would I hold my breath for either of those to happen? Absolutely not. But I could see him getting inspired from these things because that's constantly what he does. Takes influence of other things,
which
he enjoys,
any great artist
and then
does.
melds them together. Yeah. That's everything he's made has come out that way. So have at it, dude. I cannot wait to see how you use that influence into creating your next masterpiece. So FedEx 3.
All right. All right, so here we go. Our next story here. Martin Emborg, who's the narrative and cinematic director for 007 First Light, recently told Monster Vine the following. The character Bond has evolved, so he's evolved through the decades, and obviously we reflect upon modern values. So it's not going to be your old school Bond, which would just be tone deaf in today, in this day, right? He's a modern guy. So a lot of people are now like flocking to the internet being like, oh man, that means James Bond's going to be woke. But it's like, I think this is the right direction to take. Take him as a more modern man. Why not?
Yeah, because I think to command the same respect and reverence and the way you're supposed to kind of be drawn to this character, you need to adjust it to where the values match that draw, right? Like it's for me to want to follow the character the way I did as a kid. It doesn't mean you're going to drastically change everything about.
He's just maybe not character. Sleeping around and being so promiscuous, and maybe not being as
or just it's not so forceful in his advances. You know, maybe some of the language used regarding, I don't know. There's you can, if you really want to split apart all of the not so shiny parts of old Bond movies, there's a lot there to scrape away. But I get it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The core of, as long as you maintain the core of the character, because I honestly think that you get back to the previous generation Bond and or the most recent generation Bond.
Sure.
I think that pretty much kind of matches into what we're talking about now anyways. And whether or not we even realize that actually meshes with what you was just described. I think saying it out loud was almost
nobody's
mistake.
Really said.
Just write it that way. Just do it.
Right.
And I don't think anyone would even fucking notice. You know,
exactly.
I unfortunately, by bringing attention to it, now you're creating this controversy, which I think sometimes is done on purpose, just to like stirring the pot draws attention and you know keeps the hype alive. But I'm tired of the gaslighting sort of promotion, and it's just
because that's like this game has been talked about widely. Like, didn't they just push it back a year? They're like, we really want to focus, and like maybe they want to keep the conversation about the game alive. I'm thinking, and that's the other thing. These sites I was trying to research, he's clearly talking about his video game that he's making, not the overall upcoming Amazon 007. But in retrospect, like you said, even with Daniel Craig, he was a little more modern in his take.
Yeah,
like you said, why do we got to talk about it?
You don't need to. It's like, just because we're not highlighting every single thing that you saw in every iteration of James Bond doesn't mean that it's not what we like about the character. Like the core of the character isn't still there. The parts that we keep coming back for are still what remains.
And I'm sure we're not going to call characters like Pussy Galore. We're not going to have Octopussy. We're going to have like civil names and shit.
How many times can we work vulgar names for a vagina into the name of a woman?
The only place I need that is with Austin Powers, and by God, I hope he comes back sometime soon. That works.
One more geriatric Austin Powers.
You gotta.
That would be great.
Get Michael Caine. He's still alive in a wheelchair, wants
grandson.
To work with Vin Diesel.
And then there's
get him back as his dad.
You get like the foxy grandson who's now like he's the one getting all the trick. Like
I guess case in point, they did that same thing with Shaft. We had Roundtree, then we got Sam Jackson, then we got Sam Jackson's kid, and it's like, it still worked.
The crossover.
They made it work, but it was weird.
Then you do the triple generation. Yeah. Oh, see, that's you combine both concepts into one movie. Like his American counterpart
could be Seth Green, because last we saw, Dr. Evil went to the good side with his brother.
That's true. Oh, see, look, you're welcome, owners of the Austin Powers copyright. We just wrote your whole fucking movie.
Yeah, give us that check like we're fucking Mike Myers. Yeah. All right. Well, sticking in the realm of video game adjacent here, we have Simu Limu. I don't know why I said Limu. Simu Liu announced that Nobody 2 director Timo Gajanto will be directing the film adaptation of the Hong Kong-like GTA video game Sleeping Dogs, in which the Shang-Chi actor will star in. I don't know. How do you feel about... I've never played the game, but the game's looked badass.
I haven't played the game. Same here. I've seen clips of it, and the video game review channel I enjoy, Outside Xbox, they are fans of the game and have incorporated it into conversations. It makes perfect sense to make something like this into a film or even a series at that point. And why not? That'd be awesome.
I like Simu. I love him, but I don't think we're getting many more adventures of solo versions of Shang-Chi. So it's like, why not create your own character and just make it yours? You could be this version of James Bond for this franchise. Why not?
World, yeah. Hey, the hardcore Hong Kong cop. Like
Fuck yeah.
I like this. It's something where I think previous generations have been able to enjoy a higher influx of the
like a
Hong
Chow
Kong
Yun
crime
Fat or
movies
whatnot type
yeah,
thing.
and like it would be nice to have
Hard-boiled, hard target.
another blast of this. Exactly. Yeah, that'd be cool. So
and bringing
in
a director of like a movie like Nobody 2, this guy gets action. I know you probably haven't seen it, but it's physical, it's brutal. So it's like, why not bring in a big? I mean, this is only like the guy's going to be like his third or fourth movie, but it's like that's the type of director you want for something like this.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just be yourself, man. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, up next, it appears as if Chevy Chase wants to reunite with his Three Amigos co-stars Steve Martin and Martin Short on their highly successful Hulu series Only Murders in the Building. And that just sits awkwardly with me because, like, these two have a good dynamic together.
Yeah.
And Chevy Chase notoriously hated working on Community because of the hours. I don't think he should be trying to throw himself into another show.
No.
After.
And then fucking up there. Yeah, exactly. No, this is very much like, hey, I see you guys being successful over there. Can I get a piece of that, please? It's like, geez, well, then you shouldn't have burned your bridges.
Uh-huh. There's a reason you weren't a part of that show in the first place. And I love Chevy Chase, but the man burned a lot of bridges in his day.
I'll say I've known. Let's keep it at. I know of a couple people who've been on the set of Community before, and he was a little gruff. It sounded like it was. He was very curt when it came to like, this is all I'm working. I mean,
I want
done. And there'd be a point. I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Even if it was, before the time he said he was done for the day. It's like, no, I'm done now. All right, I'm.
It's like, dude, you don't get to make your own schedule. You're not the ADs. You're not the
Chevy
any of
makes
these guys.
Chevy's schedule because Chevy's Chevy.
And I'm sorry, everyone else on that show has gone on to be slightly. I mean, yeah, he was the height of
wildly successful
in the 80s and 90s, but you got Joe McHale, you got Allison Brie, you got Donald Glover, you got even Danny Pudi, Nicole,
Yvette Nicole Brown,
Jillian, everyone
Ken
on
Jeong,
that show has gone on to, and people like working with them, but you don't hear people saying, I love working with Chevy.
Clean it up. Clean it up, Chevy.
Yeah. I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him come back and work with those guys, but it's
Chevy.
Yeah.
It ain't Chevy time, no mo. That's for sure.
No, sir. All right. I guess I'll stop complaining about an old man trying to get work because, hey, I'd love to see it, but I'd hate to work on that set.
So let me watch the end result.
Exactly. Rumor has it that Watchmen series creator Damon Lindelof is returning to HBO to adapt the novel The Chain into a series. And here's the logline. When a little girl is kidnapped by a mysterious organization known as The Chain, her mother is forced to kidnap a different child if she wants to see her daughter again. Of course, she must choose parents who will follow in her footsteps and continue participating in the so-called chain by kidnapping the next child. If she makes a bad choice, the consequences could be severe. Does this sound like a show you'd be interested in? Does it sound like something Lindelof should be working on?
That's interesting. No, I've heard of I forget the name of the book. But I remember someone explaining a similar book to me where it was like a chain letter situation of passing along. You need to go kill this person, or you will be killed next.
Right.
And you needed to, or there was some. That wasn't exactly the rhythm, but it was to put this note needed to be found by the next person, and if you didn't do it, then you were gonna die or something. But I like that this kind of like. It's forcing the narrative forward kind of thing. And trying to
I feel like opposed to
a
show, a movie is the right place to do it. And he kind of lives in that vibe, like The Leftovers and Lost and like all these shows he's worked on. He has that like eerie kind of.
I think, the tone is there. Yeah. I think it's very much like, what's the, oh my God, I should be Hugh Jackman,
Prisoner.
Yeah. Yes. It's something. This feels very much like something that would live in that tone.
That
and
zone. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would watch that. But like you said, a movie would be ideal. That's.
Well, no, I think a show, because a movie you're one and done. But now you can move. Each season could be a different person possibly. But it's like, how much can you do without becoming super repetitive? I don't know. So maybe you're right. Maybe a movie would be the way to go.
Because you have to contain the story within that set period of time. You know, you've got 120 minutes to tell the story versus dragging out every beat of it, unless you have this huge overarching story. And even then, now it kind of sounds like a mini series if you want to take it, you know, a little more serialized. But even then, multiple seasons scares me, because now you're going to stay like you're and then in this dimension, and it's like, okay, no, I'm checking out. But I don't know. There's definitely room to grow in that. And either
at least HBO gives shows time to grow most of the time. But that's also the scary thing. Some shows are like, this limited series. Oh, it did good, and we'll apply for like Emmys for limited series. But you know what? Let's make this a new season. It's like, come on. Just let something be limited and move on. It's very okay. Seasons.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. All right, we're gonna stick to the realm of TV and stay in that genre for a bit. Let's see here. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. So, my notes are way down. Sorry. Months after it was reported that Marvel canceled development on the Disney Plus series Strange Academy, it appears as if the studio has decided to revive the project, in which Doctor Strange and those guys are going to be teaching young magic users. I mean, do you think this is a good plot for a series? Why do you think they'd cancel it and bring it back? I don't know.
Maybe changing the format of what we are actually seeing, how much it is Benedict Cumberbatch actually going to be in it.
I would hope. I could see Wong taking over. I mean, Cumberbatch did do like Sherlock and I assume some other series, but now he's a movie star.
Exactly. And how expensive is it going to be to keep him coming back as Doctor Strange? So I'm wondering, are they going to make it work as a series, because we're going to see very little of the Doctor, whereas the students we're really going to be following, and we're just get glimpses. And then, like you said, Wong's probably going to be who's to say they don't employ other.
That's true. Because when in the first movie, didn't we see all the monastery, all these different?
There's a bunch of them,
sorcerers.
And then in Endgame, all of the shit that he brings through was, it's all sorts of magic casting. Like there's a bunch of them. We can all sorts of characters. We could just make up whoever the fuck we want at this point. It's totally fine.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's like, honestly, I assume you didn't get around to Ironheart, did you?
Not yet, no. I still would like to.
The way that series ends, they kind of reveal like a young magical witch type character, and I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. I'd like to see more of this. So maybe that's the area they're planning to go.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? I always liked Doctor Strange as a character in the MCU, so bring it on. I'll give it a shot. That I would be more inclined to see a Doctor Strange realm character than like more Hawkeye characters.
Yeah. Or don't get me wrong, I loved the Hawkeye character and whatnot.
Nothing against Haley Steinfeld, right? Yeah. I liked her with Gwen Stacy more, but I don't know. Just didn't strike a chord with me. But the world of Doctor Strange is much more interesting to me. But that's, I think, a case-by-case basis at that point. So.
Yes, sir. All right. I do apologize. I cut myself off. I realized that I don't have a slide for this next story or a slug line.
Unforgivable.
I'm just gonna say. We're gonna go without visuals.
Gonna raw dog it.
We're gonna raw dog the shit out of this. Oh yeah, we know someone. Yeah. All right. There was a comment that I sorry. All right. Well, I'm all over the place here. My shit's all jumbled. This is great live stream stuff right here. All right. Cool. All right. So.
Dog.
All right. Jeff Snyder of the Insnyder claims that Prime Video is developing a reality competition, Dennis, that I think you in particular would love. It's called Fallout Shelter, in which contestants will have to survive inside a vault or potentially multiple vaults. And to keep it on par with the hit series, Jonathan Nolan and his wife Lisa Joy will be executive producing with Bethesda Games or Studios, and production's supposed to start next year or this year at this point. Yeah. So can you see Fallout being a reality competition in the vein of Squid Game, I guess, or
I was about to say immediately. I think of Squid Games. Yes, I could see that, where it's like every other day you have some crazy and now you go to this experiment sort of thing. Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Would I do it in a heartbeat just so I could wear the jumpsuit? Right? I want to eat the vault food and do all the because they're going to make you do something gross like probably eat cockroaches or something.
Oh, I can only imagine.
But yeah, and that for sure I would sign up. In
the article, it sounded like it's like you're gonna make the vault and you're gonna keep people alive or keep them happy. But I don't see that being I think you're gonna survive in the vault, I would imagine, but I could be wrong.
Or immediately I'd think of it would be a point system of tasks you accomplish as far as upkeep and resources and things, whatever you get done throughout the day. And that adds up to the overall happiness of your vault dwellers. And as many of the needs you satisfy adds up versus actual real people.
Yeah.
Unless it's a house show, and
that's
you're
true.
Just which that would still be kind of weird. I think a fictitious version where everyone's kind of playing overseers more or less. But maybe if they're own little quadrants of a vault or however you break it down. But again,
is this something you'll watch? Because you're a fan of the games.
I'd try it. See, this is what's funny. I really liked Squid Game, the show. Not a fan of the reality competition.
See, I wanted to watch it, but I'm like, you just know life's aren't at stake, so it's not going to be as nerve-wracking.
And it's
just people playing games.
Because you're not capturing the tone of what got me to fall in love with the fucking drama series.
Yeah.
So to then label it as that just is infuriating to me because it's like putting a sticker on something and telling me it's supposed to be the same thing. I'm like, no, I know it's not, because now you're having all of the traditional competition style formatting of the drama between this and that person and whatever. You know what? That's fine. When I'm watching The Circle, that's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
When I'm watching Fallout Shelter, the competition series, don't give me too much of the other part. So
right.
I don't know. I would try watching it. It'd be one of those. I would be way more excited to be a competitor on it and personally than to actually
I assume they'd be filming this in California since the second season of Fallout. What if you could get on the art department on that show, man? That's what you should be hunting down leads
that would be fantastic. Yeah,
that'd be right up your alley.
I would do that in a heartbeat if I get to then build vaults for.
Oh, dude,
man, are you kidding me?
That's the dream.
Yes,
for you.
That would be great. That'd be great.
I did think of you when we were off on vacation. When you were on vacation and I was not. I was at Costco the other day and I know you saw one of the Fallout Jones sodas, but now I know you didn't like it, but now at Costco you can buy a variety pack of 24 of them.
I would like to try that very, very much because I know there's flavors in there I've never tried, and I believe they also have their root beer, the Sunset Sarsaparilla, which came from New Vegas. Jealous.
Well, you got Costco out there left and right.
But I'm not buying a membership just to get a couple sodas.
But you can buy so much, Dennis. Costco.
We can.
And they got gas.
Trust
you
me.
Get slightly cheaper gas.
I've tried to convince the other half. I am a fan. I am a fan of the Costco.
Dude, I have a Costco membership in our version of Costco. There's two big boxes, warehouses, and I got them both because they got slightly different products.
They do. Yes, and I probably would glue those boxes together.
You should. But how is season 2? I haven't started. I assume we're gonna wait till the season's over to start it.
I couldn't. I did start. So I'm now bottlenecked at waiting for the next episode. I'm liking it so far. It is very much in the vein, like not skipping a beat on what I want it to be.
Nice.
That is, yeah. When we can catch up, it'd be fun to do
that'd be good
review of season 2 together. But
yeah, it's funny. I'm loving it. The other night when I was doing my Stranger Things toast along, I went inside at one point and my brother was watching. He's like, "Did they just have like a bunch of celebrities in this?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. Everyone wants to be in the show and they get roles. Why not?"
It was like that's what's funny. I think because no one was expecting it to be as big as it was when it hit the way it did, and you're getting all of these non-video game people to then be like, I was entertained by this show that is apparently a famous video game property. That is what floored a lot of people. It's like, well, fuck, maybe we should be jumping in on this. And if you can't be acquiring a property to then have turned around into a movie or a show, you want to be in one of them, so at least you're making money off one of these motherfuckers. And I had very sensible reaction, and it's a good one at that. And then you're not waiting on the risk of something else, hoping it works out. They've already proven they can do it. So
that's very accurate. Can't deny that there. All right. This next one, Dennis. Jim Cummings has announced that he's returning to voice Winnie the Pooh in a new animated movie, and he indicated that Disney plans on blending familiar charm with new storytelling ideas. What does that mean? I'm a little lost. It's like, I'm happy that Winnie the Pooh's coming back and he's reprising, but new storytelling ideas?
Maybe breaking out of the, what is it, the 100 Acre Wood?
That's true.
Not just living in this imaginary zone. No, I follow Jim Cummings on Instagram, and he's very entertaining individual. His voice is incredible. I mean, just the shit he's done it's great.
That was one of the interviews I was edging in on getting for Comic-Con, but they're like, oh, unfortunately we can't, but later on there's some stuff coming up next year. We'll get you in then, but I have never heard back from him.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Iconic voice actor.
And it's great. He's coming back to do the voice we know and love. Yeah. And I think it is a character that has stood the test of time and just one of those that will never really go away, or at least won't for a very, very. Winnie the Pooh will outlive us.
And that's the thing, like literally, I forget that the royalty or the fucking copyright is up because, of course, we've got the Blood and Honey series. And a couple of weeks ago, I got a screener invite or email about a screener for like a CG Winnie the Pooh Christmas movie that had a couple of people in it, and Bruce Campbell was in it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why? And then I'm like, oh, because anyone can make a Winnie the Pooh thing these days. But Disney's the Winnie we think of. And we talked maybe like 10 episodes ago, the fact that Disney is flirting with the idea of doing hand-drawn movies again. So maybe this is going to be an actual not CG movie. Like, do you want to see a CG Winnie?
I mean, haven't they've done it before? There's a kids series that was.
Oh,
and
yeah, but that's so weird. It's uncanny to me. I don't know why.
It is. It comes off funky. And then I want to say even like the Tigger movie, it was 2D, but they had a lot of depth in the way it was drawn, and that even kind of came off kind of weird. But like, no, I'm saying the original format. Even for those watching the stream, if the whole movie is animated in the style of that art that is on screen, that's kind of what I would hope it to be. I realize that's not realistic because you got to keep a younger audience intrigued.
That's true. Now they see like a hand-drawn animation that's old.
Yes, and it's like when a teacher would put on a black and white movie when we were in elementary school, and half the class would groan as soon as they saw it was in black and white. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. Just shut up and watch.
Right.
Little did I know we're just the kids that just like watching the movies.
I'm like, fuck, we're not learning. We're watching something. Fuck you, man. Sit down. I'm not reading a book today. Bitches.
Chumps.
I'll pass out watching this. I don't care. They don't know. Unless I snore.
True.
I don't know how we went on that tangent. Apologies. So yeah, do you think that this will be in that CG look, or do you think it's going to be like a hybrid? I'm hoping for a hybrid if it's not fully.
I think that's honestly where it would be closer to that, because the way we're talking about it right now, they're going to want to appeal to the parents that are our age, wanting to take their kids to something like this, because that immediate acceptance, brand recognition of, oh, Winnie the Pooh, I can show this to my kid. I don't even have to think about it. I think that's inherent. So I think, and then a more three-dimensional image that a younger audience will then be more drawn to, because that will be flashier and more entertaining. So I think you're right on the money. It's going to be some hybrid between.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. So up next here we have as we reported a couple of episodes ago, Stranger Things season 5 is wrapping up the whole series, and they were going to play the finale on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in theaters. And tickets sold out so quick. Like, I was trying to get tickets, and it's like, you can sit in the front, and it's like, fuck that. But it looks like the screenings made the cinemas a ton of profit.
Yes.
In just 2 days alone, the screenings made roughly $30 million. That's roughly $7 million more than Avatar Fire and Ash made over those few days. And since the theaters technically only charged viewers a fee that would serve as a vulture for concessions, opposed to charging them to view the finale, the theaters got to keep 100% of profit. Do you think this is something that theaters and production companies should do more often?
Yes.
Drum up business for people to talk about it and make money bringing people to the cinema?
Yes, because it's going to the movie theater is about the experience of being in the theater. It's not just... Well, I guess it's the sum of all the parts. For me personally, it's not just the concessions. It's not just going to wherever the physical location where it is. It's being surrounded by the sound and the imagery, and being surrounded by a group of people who are also interested in being present for watching the same thing you are. And we all want to share that experience. All right. Even if we're not trying to share it with the person sitting next to us, we're all engaged in what's happening in front of us. That to me is the core of what going to the movies is. I think that can be done with the incredible cinematic experience that can be shared in watching streaming series or television series and stuff. Just because it is a part of a series or something, I don't think there's anything wrong with then distributing that to theaters. I mean, fuck, if there's 14 Fast and Furious goddamn movies, then one episode of Stranger Things is not a bad thing to then introduce into movie theaters.
And it's crazy because I wasn't hearing many positive reactions to people watching all of the episodes in the chunks, but yet people were talking shit. Those screenings were booked. They kept adding and adding and adding and adding. And as they add it, they just flooded so it's like people are talking shit about it, but they're going and they're watching and they're interested. So is it like people want to hate watch, or do you think people genuinely like it and they're just complaining and jumping on the train of complaining?
I don't know. I don't want to share too much ahead of, because I believe I'm ahead of you in the viewing of the series. So I do have some thoughts to that, but I think there's also something to be said about, again, that shared experience. If I was in a packed movie theater full of viewers watching the finale, that might have had a different sort of impact on me just sitting at home and watching it at my own pace, where I could then pause it and get up and you can
be on your phone, on your laptop. You can play a video game. You can do anything.
Exactly.
You don't even need to be in front
of
the screen.
Car backfired. Conversation out the window distracts me, and I gotta go see what any of that shit. I think there was and the sound and the all of that would probably be especially this. I mean, God, I've loved the score of the series since the first episode, so that would be incredible to on a really killer sound system. I think more of this should happen. As far as the discrepancy of what people think of how the show ended, I don't think that has anything to do with how it was viewed.
Fair enough.
I mean, the experience of it was
a phenomenon. Like 10 years, 5 seasons. That's a show everyone knew. That was old, young. Everyone was watching those first seasons when they were consecutively coming out. Like, it's a big cultural moment, I think, that it's actually
really was
done.
That's why we waited to watch it till everything was released. And slammed through all of that last season.
Dude, I'm so pissed. Like I said, I started my watch along on New Year's Day, hoping I'd be able to get to the 11 o'clock final showing near me. I'm so pissed I didn't get it because, like, even if I don't know, even if the end fizzled, like you said, the experience of seeing it in theater is probably a game changer.
Exactly. I think that's really that it's in itself would have just been a cool moment. You know, that would have been a memorable thing to share with someone, is just like, oh yeah, I was there on those 2 days.
Yep. Think about those conversations happening outside of the theater, in the parking lot, at the concessions. Everyone's all, and that's the thing. It's not like they were showing one screening all day. Every half hour, it felt like a cinema was showing it. Like,
I believe it.
How often does that happen?
It was a cultural phenomenon, and I think even because it taps into culture at the time that is familiar to so much of the fan base, it's this feedback machine of, and now you're emulating the thing that you already experienced when you were a kid or whatever. You know, like, it's
true.
Or you didn't live through the 80s, so now you're getting to see all these,
witness it through a lens.
Yes, exactly.
But how crazy is that it made more than Avatar, which is one of the biggest movies currently? Like,
I think it's deserved because, to be honest, I think Stranger Things isn't just a better story, but it appeals to more people now.
True. Yeah, I can see that.
We've had more time to bond with these characters over the course of the entire series of Stranger Things, whereas there's been 2 movies of Avatar. So
2 movies
it's like
too many.
over 15 fucking years.
That's so like, crazy.
That means you had to rewatch the movie a whole bunch of times if you were super into it. Like, so you're getting the same story over and over again, whereas at least here you had 5, 8 or 9 episode seasons of a show where you got to stretch the story out over and out for about an hour at a time.
Almost the same duration of time. Almost the same amount of time from Avatar 1 to Avatar 2. Almost that 14 years. And yet we're more invested and we care more about these characters.
Way more.
The world. It might not be as flashy as fucking the cinematic masterpiece visuals.
But the visuals kick in where they need to be, you know? Like, when you're in the Upside Down, when you're seeing all of the fantastic creatures that they're fighting, and but even then, sometimes it's the subtle stuff, the wardrobe, the set dressing,
hell, even the opening title card. I never skip because I just love watching that VHS style floating.
I want the pops and scratches. I love. As I already said, love the soundtrack. That is one of my favorite intro sequences. That and *Halt and Catch Fire* are like way up there for me.
They have that synthy fucking shit going on, man. The 80s
sexy.
vibe is alive.
Oh, love it. Johnny 5. Yeah.
But I'm happy for them, man. Good luck to the Duffer Brothers with what they do next. But
with all their
staying similar.
Duffers. Yeah.
Right? Kind of similar to Stranger Things, our next story here. Attack the Block director Joe Cornish is circling a Netflix movie called Dark Park, in which a group of young people who dare to enter a haunted amusement park where each ride could very well be their last. It looks like Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown is considering starring in the film. I don't know how.
Sounds like a Goosebumps
I feel like
book
she's
to me.
Beyond that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not there's anything wrong with
that, but
she
it's
should
like
be doing other things. I think at this point.
So you want to do more of the same, even though she's had.
Sure, Enola Holmes. The bad floppy movie with fucking Chris Pratt earlier last year.
Yeah.
She's done things, but it's like, don't just keep doing the same thing. But hey, it's a paycheck. Who the fuck am I? I'm not making half the money I'm not making a fifth of the money she's making. So
and you know what? Who knows? It could actually kick ass. And it turns out,
true.
Like, oh fuck, that was a great.
Could be a new franchise.
Great deal. Yeah, I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But does that sound interesting, or does it sound just? I don't know. To me, it's like it could be good, but
it could be sort of juvenile. But they just did freaking Final Destination Bloodlines, and that made it.
And I like that. I know you don't like Final Destination, but yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, Joe Cornish, I think, only did 2 movies. I love Attack the Block. That's where we were first introduced to fucking what's his face, John Boyega.
Yep.
And the next movie he did 8 years later, not a lot of people saw, but it was great. The Kid Who Would Be King. This guy has a great style and vibe to the way he makes things. I'll watch anything he does. So if he's doing this like killer amusement park, it could be fun.
Yeah, if it's anything from what I remember about Attack the Block, I could see some very visceral camera work, very like getting really tight in with characters and making them humanized by that closeness and experiencing their emotion, and I'm sure witnessing their terror and really putting the audience in the seat of the character on the ride, so to speak. And
that'd be pretty badass.
I could see that appealing.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that style could lend itself very well to a story like that. So
fair enough.
I'd check it out.
All right. So hopefully, I mean, just in talks, both of them, but yeah, it could be interesting to see. And it's on Netflix, so you're not paying to go see it anywhere. So why not? All right.
Yep. Or
yeah, you could. Sticking with Millie Bobby Brown, her Enola Holmes co-star, Henry Cavill's live-action Voltron movie has recently wrapped production, and it sounds like it'll exclusively stream on Prime Video at some point this year. Man, I'm not gonna lie, we're finally getting a Voltron movie, and it's not gonna be in theaters. I feel like
that's disappointing. Yeah. If you do Voltron, it should be the biggest thing you can see it in. It should be.
We can watch the cartoon on the big screen. We watch the cartoon on TV. We can watch Power Rangers. We've been there. The big screen is where that shit should live. So I'm wondering, do you think this movie is going to be a dud, and maybe they're like, that's why it's just going to streaming?
I hope not.
Or do you think it's just...
Is it just going to be like a low rent Pacific Rim, and we're just going to be really let down by... Because I loved Voltron as a kid. It'd be great to see that on the big screen. That's kind of what I was hoping for. It makes me nervous to hear that, because I'm like, oh no, does that mean they're going to do this to the Warhammer, the 40K movie? Like, oh, don't do that, please. It's
like something
these
like
properties
that.
Have proven there's a fandom. Like, don't sell them short.
And just because it's not it's a niche, but that niche will come out in droves, I assume, and then word of mouth will spread like wildfire. Hopefully, I don't know.
So many anime series, like their TV movie, their movies get released in theaters, even if they're limited runs. It's still people show up.
Last year, some of the biggest box office movie money makers were the anime. So what the fuck? That's what the kids want. That's what the audience wants now.
Just because it's a live action Voltron doesn't mean you're not going to get a lot of people to show up for this thing. So I mean, I don't know. There's also something to be said about the post-COVID theater audience.
That's very accurate. Yeah.
Especially those like who watched all of Voltron brand new when it first came out. They're probably not going to want to go to the movie theater to see the movie, and it would be easier for them to watch it streaming. So I get why you want to appeal to the convenience, but you're selling yourself short at least to a few days. Like, run it a little bit. That would be awesome.
Right? Just 1 week run at least. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, we're not the money makers here, so fuck us.
Money spenders.
Yeah, we are.
Any.
Money I don't have, I blow. Speaking of money makers, weeks before Avatar Fire and Ash released, James Cameron said that if the third film didn't make enough money, he was ready to call it quits on the franchise. But he did mention that he was interested in continuing the franchise as novels. But then he somehow backtracked by saying, even though he'd love to write them as novels, nobody really reads anymore. So I don't know. Does this just sound like someone who wants to be done with this shit? Or do you think
I think he's just like, fuck, I made $1 billion 15 years ago. Damn it. Of course they want to keep coming back for more. And it tapered off, right? The second one didn't make...
Oh, yeah. The second one was okay, but then literally the third one is like the second one. It's not even like it's a continuation, but it's almost similar.
That's
like
right. That's right. I remember your review. It's like it's almost the same movie again. But I'm saying, like, but the gross, it has tapered off. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not like each one's making $1 billion+ dollars. No, you did that once. I don't blame him for wanting to walk away from something that he probably didn't even really want to make 3 when he first said he would be make 3, given how long it takes these motherfuckers to make them.
And that's the thing. This man's like 70 something years old. Does he want to die going out on Pandora, or does he want to do more things? Like the Hiroshima
that's just the
movie.
last thing. Yeah.
He wanted to do that Hiroshima story. On the last episode, Eddie and I talked about the fact that he's writing a new Terminator franchise without Arnold. Go back to that. Maybe do what the fans love and make another true alien film. Make a sequel to Aliens.
Yes.
They're pretending like half those movies don't exist. Go back and do that. Do something the audience wants. Yeah, people will show up because they want to see the visuals and the pretty things on the big screen, but people also want to see other things from one
story.
Director. I don't know. Yeah. We don't want to hear Jake Sully every second.
Oh, God. No offense to this very talented cast that is now very closely woven into the series. You have an incredible range. This is just not an interesting story to me. Was so fucking over it after watching the first one. While watching the first one.
And that seems to be 50% of the people that saw the first one are in the same boat. It's like, yeah, the first one I didn't really care about. I saw the second one. I guess I'll see nobody has real interest besides the people profiting here. It's like,
there was another movie series we were talking about an episode or two back where I said almost the same thing. It's like, well, if they make another one, I'll watch it. And I'm like, I get, it's like, this one just doesn't hit me that way.
No,
but I get why other people would react that way for this franchise. It's just not, that's not for me. This one isn't for me.
You know what? James Cameron. Cool. You don't want to make them. Disney clearly probably still wants to make the bill. This movie just made, I want to say $1 billion, just hit the $1 billion mark. Why not just let someone else come in and write? I think you made these stories in a writer's room type thing. Bring in competent directors you trust. I know you think it's your baby, but maybe that could be the breath of fresh air we need. Bring someone fresh in.
Did they ever do an animated series or something, or a series based on? Why not just do like an anime Tales from Pandora?
Yeah, kind of like Enter the Matrix, but on Navi or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Or the those Tales of the whatever Star Wars spinoff.
Jedi or Sith or whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
There you go. Disney Plus content right there. People will come and then guess what? 10 years from now, when you're 80 and you want to do an Avatar, do it. And maybe the audience will be like, all right, it's been a while. Let's revisit it.
I loved the world so much because I watched every episode of blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely watch another movie. And now he's not fucking locked down to that stuff. We're not locked down to seeing these fucking ads all the time for I know, I just love hating on these, but
but who says, all right, this first one made money, the second one made money, we're doing 7 of them or 5 of them.
It's the same thing that happened to the Marvel movies 15 years ago.
Cannibalizing.
It's holy shit. We can spend $90 million but make $250 million. Well, shit. I guess we should keep doing that.
Let's turn out 3 of these a year and some CV series and not give a fuck about quality.
Yeah, let me see where that went. So, although they're ramping almost back up to that schedule again, so
yeah, they're like, we're pulling back. Oh, nope, no, we're not. Here you go, and it's like,
I think the only one that's true for still is the Star Wars franchise. Is like, no, we're gonna keep this narrowed down.
Yes,
because,
it's like an improv with them. There's always this hot director or writer or producer. They want it. Here's a fucking Star Wars franchise. Oh, yeah, that's still in development. Hey, Ray, you want to do a movie? Yeah, oh, yeah, that's going to happen eventually. Oh, shit, this TV show that's not working? Let's make a movie for it. Hey, let's just make this random one out of nowhere. It's like, what is going on? Like, next year, we're getting Mandalorian Grogu this year, sure, and Last Starfighter or
Ahsoka, we're getting Ahsoka this year, and then apparently one of the Star Wars Visions shorts is getting turned into its own series where it's going to be in an anime style.
That makes sense, and I think we're getting the Maul series this year. I think too.
Yeah,
right?
I potentially. I think that one, if anything, that's probably going to be the back end of the year. But then Starfighter's the year after.
I believe that's what I was wondering. Starfighter was going to be this year as well, but that's 2027.
No, I believe it. I believe they said that's 27 a while back. But that's the soonest they can say exactly. And I'm like, and then the irony of we don't want to see Homeboy in 2 sci-fi starship pilot movies where he's it's like
Project Hail Mary and that back to back.
You don't want those close together. That's not a good look. You want Star Wars to totally obliterate any other sci-fi property at the time.
And that's the thing. People are saying Project Hail Mary is a phenomenal book, and people who have seen stuff are saying it's going to be a great movie. So I'm hoping. It looks a little dry to me.
There's a couple. There's a couple of sci-fi titles that are sounding interesting. What's the one with the? Oh God, where it's like he's traveling dimensions or something. Oh my God. Bear with me. I feel.
Dimensions.
Buck
Rogers? No.
Iron Man. Wait, hold on. Bear with me.
Now I'm trying to play the game in my head of what
Sam Rockwell.
Thank you, don't die, or good luck, don't die.
Yes.
Good luck, have fun, don't die. That looks badass.
Yes. I think. I think
great.
And then it's. I feel like there was one more. And then we just had Predator a couple months ago. I think we're kind of getting back into the stride of some awesome bigger budget
we should
sci-fi titles again.
Hell yeah.
So when you have something like The Last Tron hit theaters and flop, it really pulls the rug out of other projects that are coming down the line. So I'm hoping with these other big tentpole things, that's going to reinvigorate franchise, that genre. I mean, more specifically. I would be excited to see more of that. So.
Yeah, give us more original and fun stuff. Don't just give us the same shit. Yeah, good point.
We don't need whatever 7. I love Star Wars, but I also lived on 3 Star Wars movies
survived,
for many years.
Yeah.
And then we got 3 more, and then it was done. So it's
or here we go. You want to do more Star Wars? Maybe, just maybe, have a full plan for what the trilogy is. Don't bring in different people to fucking finger fuck the shit out of it and change things up at the last second.
We don't need trilogy movies either. We can tell one-off stories that are. Turns out some of those are the most beloved of the movies anymore. So,
very true.
I have high hopes for Mandalorian Grogu, except it is piggybacking itself. Whereas I would be curious to see something more a la Rogue One. And
I'm with you.
Yes, we can be familiar with where we are in the universe, but let's show a perspective we've never fucking seen before. And that blew people's minds. And I think we're ready for more of that. And so I'm hoping Starfighter does that.
One of the biggest shows of 2025, Andor. Everyone loved. I haven't finished it yet, but everyone loved Andor. That's case
not even biggest Star Wars series, but biggest.
Yeah. People who aren't even Star Wars fans like it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's saying something and it means something. And they knew we're coming in for 2 seasons and we're done. We're not going to overstay our welcome because we know what happens to Andor in a couple of years. Or we don't. I don't know.
He retires in Tatooine.
Yeah.
And becomes a moisture
Luke's
farmer.
Uncle Owen's best friend. Oh, man. All right. Okay, so different type of Avatar news here.
Oh.
After several release date shifts, Paramount has decided not to release The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender in theaters. Instead, they're going to be releasing it on Paramount Plus this fall.
Of course.
I don't know. I feel like this is a letdown to fans.
Jesus.
I don't I've never watched any of it, but this has a rabid fan base. Like we're saying, people want anime. This is kind of adjacent to anime.
Yeah.
This is people's lives. People love this franchise. What the
Clancy
fuck?
Brown. No, the show's great. I've seen some of it with my sister. It was fantastic. Still something I honestly wouldn't mind trying to get into from beginning to end at some point. But no, this is just Paramount wanting to stock its own library. You got to come over here. You got to come over here. You got to buy a subscription.
You know what makes sense? All right. It worked for a couple of movies. Yeah, do that. Put it on Paramount Plus. Do day and date release. Paramount Plus and theaters. Worked for Five Nights at Freddy's. The fans will go and pay for it if they really
Five Nights
want
at
to see.
Freddy's, though, I think was a slightly different thing because
that was COVID-ish times. I give you that.
You're trying to get whatever dollars you can, whereas now you don't have to differentiate.
But what does it take? You don't even need to put out a marketing. Just a couple of ads here and there. People know it's coming out. Guess what? Because the fans that are hardcore, they'll want to see it on the big screen. Like
but Paramount hasn't played that game this whole time. Paramount wants you to come to Paramount Plus. That is like their fucking bottom line is we need to bring you over to, we need more subscribers. That seems to be just across the board. We're going to bring properties over here. We're going to make you subscribe to our thing to see it. We're not going to let anyone else have this shit until we've been sitting on it for years. And even then, we're not going to give you all of it. To me, that just screams the formula Paramount's been working under.
But that's the weird thing. Like, Paramount just was bought out by Skydance and Ellison, and they said they want to make some big moves, and it's like, I haven't seen these big moves. You've gone after talented people.
They're keeping their business model the same over in this neck of the woods, and
it's sad.
Not one I want to buy into. So
there's a reason why Paramount was up for sale. They need a little fresh blood, but you're just like you said, all about just money.
Yep.
Well, maybe on the brighter side, this next story. Oh, wait, no. After purchasing Warner Brothers, Netflix claimed that they wouldn't mess with the studio's business model. However, Deadline has reported that Netflix plans on cutting WB's theatrical window down to 17 days, which is 28 days later than the standard theatrical release window. What the fuck?
Yeah, because I saw it, and then I believe AMC retaliated with saying, no, we expect you to show films for 45 days. I'm like,
and that's why they don't play
a month at minimum
like,
to me. Yeah, you know, you need to have a fair measure of. Otherwise, like, I'm going to spit this thing out for 7 days just so I know I can beat out this thing that was only. I don't know. It's getting into some weird semantic politics of just I want to massage the system down to. All it sounds to me like is they want to have higher turnover in movie theaters, but I think you start to lose sight of going to the movie theater is a big deal, especially in a family. That's an expensive endeavor.
Fact that for years, Ted Sarantos has been saying the theaters are dead. Nobody wants that. And then, no. We want Warner Brothers, and we want it to stay Warner Brothers. We're not going to fuck with it. And before the ink even dries, they're pulling this. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on. Like, case in point, movie I'm reviewing later, Marty Supreme, was only in like 5 or 6 theaters a couple of weeks before it went to a limited release. Before it grew in the limited release, and it made a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
So guess what? You do a slow roll, you make money, word of mouth, people want to see it more and more. But no. Oh yeah, word of mouth. I saw this in the 2 weeks it was out. Now I can stream it on Netflix. That's what fucked Disney over. Everyone's now conditioned to, I can wait till this Marvel movie or Pixar movie hits Disney Plus.
Yep.
You're just fucking yourself in the ass.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, Onward would have been something I would have seen in the theater.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
Turning Red would have been nice in the theater.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Especially in that scale. You know, like it. So I think it's just, unfortunately, a bulk of the audience has now been conditioned to not desire that anymore, except for specific circumstances. And yeah, I don't know. I want to.
Or case in point, Netflix. Guess what? We just talked about the fact that you played Stranger Things for 2 days, and that made more than Avatar made in 2 days. Think what it could be like if you had your shit in theaters for 45 days. How much money could you make?
Right.
And then it can live on your fucking platform. Come on.
At that point, honestly, because it was already available in both places at the same time anyways.
Yes.
Again, we're coming back to the people who want to see it in that format will go out and see it in that format. Yes. In fact, I would probably be like, you know what? It would be kind of fun to then, especially for the pricing system that they've worked out with the distributors.
You're not losing money. You're getting concessions. You're getting a seat. It's
I would
win-win
then pay
for everyone.
Essentially $5, quote unquote, to then just see it again on a big screen, just so I could have that big experience. That would be cool. I would be more open to that concept. especially with just the number of films getting released, you could probably spare one screen to keep running
easily
that for a month, you know.
Yeah. And this was everyone's fear, being like, oh, Warner Brothers could fucking kill cinemas by not doing it. And it's like, no and yes. It's like, it's such a fine line, because it's like you're relying on these movies. Unless you're going to turn out so many films that you're filling 45 days with a new film every fucking 15 days. But that's not the case here, folks.
But that's getting back to my point of, if it's such a financial endeavor to go to the movies, and that's a highlight thing for you, for that fan.
Yeah.
And you need to wait till next month to see something, that's going to suck. Now you've missed 2 movies because you
that's
know,
true.
I get, I don't know. I get the financial dichotomy of what's happening.
100%.
At the same time,
it's, if I didn't have my
make it
Stubs
available.
card, if I didn't have my AMC membership, I wouldn't be seeing 217 movies a year. I'd see maybe 100, which is a lot for people. All right, even if I saw 50 movies, to me that's so low. But it's like,
dude, there's people who think 10 movies is a lot. So
people think 2-3 movies is a lot.
I saw a whole movie this year. Oh shit! My buddy did that.
I did the math. I'm like,
times.
I almost saw a movie a day if you broke it down that way, and took a couple of weekends off.
That's awesome.
But it's like, because but most people sign up for a service, they're like, I'll use it once. I'm like, I'm getting my 4 movies a week, whether I want to sit in the theater or not.
Yeah.
I'm getting that. Yeah. I'm pulling that taffy, bitch.
Do it. That's what it's there for.
And then I find movies I love that I never would see. But sorry, I'm derailing here from the actual point. Should we move to the next story?
Let's do it.
All right. So, while doing press for Jay Kelly, George Clooney announced that Julia Roberts, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and Don Cheadle will be returning for Ocean's 14. He also mentioned that they're going to be aping essentially the story from Going in Style in the movie Going in Style was based on, which is essentially the characters getting too old to do their heist, but yet they got to find a way to make it work with their limitations. So, do you think this makes sense? Do you want to see the crew all old and curmudgeony pulling these heists? I feel like it's like a cash grab if that's what we're doing, but it could be funny. I don't know.
I mean, the third one was kind of, I mean, I feel like the last couple you could honestly call a cash grab, but what the charm of these films is the cast.
Yes.
The ensemble interacting with each other. That's why we're coming back for more. It's not because they're driving cars into helicopters or whatever the fuck. I don't need them to be having incredible hand-to-hand combat skills. I just need you to have your wit and have an excellent scene with your scene partner, and we move on to the next hilarious and stylish, sexy-looking casino shot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. So, I don't know. I mean, why not? Is it
fair enough?
Is it, like you said, is it cash grab? Sure, absolutely. Wouldn't argue.
I mean, why not? I guess, yeah.
But it doesn't mean it
can't be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. But are you happy? I mean, I feel like if you're doing Oceans, you need those cast members coming back.
Yes.
But do you see them not bringing back like people like, let's say, Hawaii Five-O's fucking...
Oh,
I don't fucking know. All these other tertiary characters. I did a pilot with that guy, and I forget his fucking name.
Scott Conn.
Scott Conn. Bernie Mac's not alive. We can't bring Bernie. I bet he'd come on.
What about what's his name? What is it? Ocean's 13 when he's in the factory in Mexico and leads like
what about Damon? I mean Affleck.
Yes,
Ben
Casey Affleck. Yeah,
Casey
Affleck.
Is that who? I don't know if that's who you're talking about, but
yes, yeah.
Okay.
That was that whole scene. I'm pretty sure, anyways, that was him that was doing that whole bit.
It's been so
like
long.
It's like the poker chip factory or something. He was working at.
Is it always a casino that they're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been. I forget these movies so much. I'm not gonna.
I'm trying to remember. Was it 9 or whatever? Wasn't it a casino? Or no?
It's been so long, dude.
That one I've only seen once, so. Although I remember liking it.
Let's see. Who the fuck? I'm going through trying to see who the other oceans.
That was the chart. Because I mean, that was the original film. Which I'd like to see all the way through sometime. I've only seen a part of it, and it was like,
with the
holy shit,
the Rat Pack.
The Rat Pack, yeah. I'm just like, oh my god, this is you. The charm of the films we know is just lifted right out, and
it's all just a gimmick, a mimic.
Like the tone and the style and the way these guys just kind of own their characters is all already inherent, because those guys were already world famous entertainers.
Oh yeah,
they were carrying that machismo into the frame, and you buy it because it's them. You know, I think that's why this cast works so well for the Ocean's movies. True. They are world famous, incredibly talented actors that we've all come to know and love on their individual films. So then to pile them all into the same thing is just like, holy shit. And then it worked 4 or 5 times. So
yeah. But do you think, to fill in some of the voids, do you think they'll bring in like Sandra Bullock or fucking
why not?
any of the
side characters, and then you have open seats for just bringing in new people entirely.
True.
Yeah, they've done it before to fill in slots, and
then you find new fan favorites that way.
Exactly,
and you bring these new people in. Guess what? Get rid of the old guard. Now we get Ocean's 15 with these new kids. Although I hate that's what we do in all the movies now, but it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. They're going to try it at least. Let's do a couple bad ones.
You can't judge them.
A couple of bad movies in a row, and then they'll, give up on it.
At the same point, we're still talking about a couple of episodes that we're still getting Margot Robbie and her prequel as the mother. It's like, it's so confusing. Why not merge them together? Do flashbacks of the parents and see if that works, and then say
maybe that's what they're building it. No, that could be what they're building toward, actually.
Fair enough.
Now we're uncovering the ocean gold that was long lost by her grandmother, Margot Robbie.
Oh, boy. That'd be...
Walton Goggins.
Wait a minute. Are you just being your Tomb Raider character again?
I don't know.
Watch Goggins. He'd be a good villain for the old one. Yeah. For the retro, or I guess modern.
Or just like a part of the crew. I could see him robbing a casino.
Oh, dude, he'd be great in the crew.
Yeah. Easily.
But would he be like Southern Goggins? Would he be Fly Goggins? Would he be like a ratty Goggins? I feel like he's so many different types of Goggins.
The Shield Goggins. The Shield Goggins. So still Southern, but he's got a hard, demeanor and a little bit distasteful. Maybe not.
Fair enough.
Sons of Anarchy Goggins.
That'd be an interesting way to take him into this.
That would be. He's done it before. He could do it again.
All right, here. Moving on. Our last story of the episode here. All right. Sorry, I'm just hitting buttons here. On a recent episode of the Hot Mic podcast, host John Roca says he has a trusted source who is close to the production of Man of Tomorrow. And apparently, rumor has it that James Gunn is meeting with a bunch of hot young actresses, hot young being like on the up and coming, female actresses to be a new female lead in Man of Tomorrow. And the speculation is that the actress needs to be tall, in their 20s, and have fighting skills. And the source strongly believes that this would be Wonder Woman. Do you think that he would just bring in Wonder Woman in this, or do you think maybe, like, for me, I'd like to see it be like a Zantana, or...
Oh, Zantana. Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. That.
Wasn't she more Batman, though?
Yeah.
Zantana?
But, I mean, this feels like we'd be aping what we got in BVS. Like, bring in Wonder Woman there. Does Man of Tomorrow, like, we already know Lex and Superman are teaming up. We know Brainiac's in the mix now. Do we want to shove Wonder Woman in? Or do you think she'd just be a small cameo?
I'll shove Wonder Woman in. That's all right.
Or do you think it'd be... I know you probably haven't seen Superman yet, but we meet Supergirl at the very end for a quick cameo. Do you think it'd be something like that?
I could see that. And also, I wouldn't surprise me if, like, the initial interaction of Wonder Woman and Superman, as we've seen in past iterations, they're not exactly aware of each other's, like, mutual, we want to be good guys. They just see a super strong something, and they're like, hey, what's the deal? someone says the wrong thing, and boom, they can actually go toe to toe for a bit before
that's
bad
very
things
true.
happen. So I could see it as a little teaser thing at the end, or we just see her fighting her own battle, and she's just like, "Fuck you, Superman! I got that. I can handle my own business," and they go off and spin off into their own story. I don't know, whole lot of mileage, as we've seen Disney do with the Marvel Universe, and what they said they weren't going to do with the DC Universe, they're 100% going to do anyways. So,
but the thing that kind of feels a little off to me is saying that he's looking at these like starlets who are kind of already in that place, which feels off because Corn Sweat, Brosnahan, and this guy who's playing Brainiac, they're all considerably unknowns compared to bigger names. Do you think they need to bring someone in who's big to be Wonder Woman? Do you think that's a James Gunn call, or do you think the studio's like, hey, we let you have these kind of indie fringe people as these characters, but Wonder Woman needs to be someone we know?
Yeah, no, that sounds like a studio-based thing of just like, we need to shore up our bets on things we feel safer about. Yeah, that worked, but give us
it could work even better.
Give us some reassurance. We will make money because you attach this name. We already know that like XYZ is going to draw in an extra 7 million, whatever, whatever the logic is there. But
fan base already.
Why you're going to look at a spreadsheet and be like, no, if we change this line, this will more optimal return.
Yeah. My question is, I have a list of people who I'm like, I'd like to see as Wonder Woman. These be interesting choices. But the fact that it has to be someone tall, I'm like, that is going to be a hard call. Like, why not just, you can always do camera tricks, make people look taller. But can you think of many tall actresses in their 20s? And I can't think of.
I'm not good at that. Yeah. I'm sure there's a couple if I really drilled at it, but
Sure. Like in my head, if they were any size, I could see like you bring in Ana de Armas. She's kind of on par with the previous Wonder Woman, kind of in that same, not big but still no name, has that sex appeal. Or it's interesting. Another person I was thinking was Melissa Barrera. And then earlier today, I saw an interview with the Shang-Chi star being like, hey, she should be in it too. I'm like, all right, that makes sense. But one name I could see would be Margot Qualley. I feel like she's a name. She's out there, but she's not where she needs to be yet. But this could put her to that next step.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Just like with her, when I see her, not a mark against her, I just don't see her as a very physical.
I get that. Yeah.
I'm gonna punch. I'm gonna knock your block off, kind of actress.
Fair enough.
But then again, we have Ella Purnell kicking ass in.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's a little frail, wide-eyed woman. Yeah,
she's not one to be reckoned with. It's. And she's selling it so well.
Fuck yeah. That's the thing. You got to give these people the chance to do it.
What the fuck am I
to say? What about, we were talking about taking chances, doing something bigger, moving away. What about Millie Bobby Brown? She did that, like, princess movie kicking ass.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. That's kind of what she did for most of Stranger Things, was kick a lot of ass. So
true.
Who's to say she couldn't wield a sword and fly an invisible jet? I could see that. No, it's funny. I don't know why the first thing that jumped in my head is like, but someone who I could see commanding the presence I want of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
If it was like a good, 16 years ago, Gina Carino is like,
yeah, she'd be fantastic.
See just that physical embodiment of who I could see just kicking ass.
She has that build. She has that presence.
She, just throw the Diana wig on her and call it a day. It's done.
Same thing. I was thinking if it was like 10, 15 years ago, Adrienne Palicki, is that her name? She was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
That, but she was actually cast in a pilot that never went forward as Wonder. I still see her as Wonder Woman.
Shit. See, yeah. I
feel bad that Gal Gadot kicked ass in that first movie.
Yeah.
They gave her a shit movie to do a sequel for, and now it's like, I'd love to see her.
She was a character they'd pull out once in a while in other movies, and it's just like, oh, come on. She was too good. The first one was so fucking good. That's really
best
too bad.
DC movie they have, I think.
Hooked up. I'd agree with. The last Batman movie I liked probably about as much.
Fair enough.
Robert Pattinson crushed it.
But that's kind of its own fringe for now until, guess what? Next month we find out
whether or not it's connected. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because
you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
Because we're talking already Wonder Woman. Batman has to enter this fray. We're not going to not have a Batman in our DC.
You need the holy trinity of DC to all be there. That's it right there. That's the core. Superman,
You're good at
Batman,
that
Wonder Woman. That's who you need. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I'm intrigued. But I really feel like if Gunn sticks to his guns, it's going to be an up and comer that nobody's really knows. Nobody's really heard of. But I don't know.
That would be cool, though.
We don't even know.
Giving someone a shot. Yeah. Yeah.
This character might not even be Wonder Woman. It could be someone else. Maybe Lois Lane's sister. I don't know. I guess she's not really an ass kicker, but doesn't matter.
Bizarro Superwoman.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I don't know. Is there such a thing? I'm sure there is.
There has to be. How many countless years in comics have they have? 50, 70, 80 years worth of backstory?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gosh. I don't know. But what I do know is I said, hey, we don't really have a lot of news to talk about, but an hour and 22 minutes.
That was a lot of news, sir.
That we news the fuck out of you folks.
Do not sell yourself short next time.